Good morning students. Welcome back to Google Classroom supported by Sri Gokulam Public School Guruvayur. This is your mathematics period. Today we will learn the chapter 13 direct and inverse proportion. What do you mean by proportion? In the lower class you have learned ratio and proportion. Do you remember that? When we will say two ratios are in proportion, if two ratios are in proportion, the simplest form of the ratios will be same. Here the same concept we will use to learn direct and inverse proportion. If we check two quantities and if the second quantity increases as the first quantity or decreases, second quantity decreases as the first quantity decreases, then we can say that two quantities are in direct proportion. If we deposit a certain amount in a bank, we will get back the interest. The same bank, if we deposit neither amount, we will get neither interest. If the amount is increases, the interest will also increases. If the deposited amount is decreases, the interest get back is also decreases. So here the second quantity or second item is increases or decreases as per the first quantity. Then we can say this amount and the interest are in direct proportion. As the first increases, second also increases. As the first decreases, second will be decreases. So, here the concept of direct proportion. Next, in another cases. For example, if the number of workers are more, we can use less hours to complete the work. If the number of workers are less, the hours will be more to complete the work. In this case, the second quantity, second item decreases as the first item increases. So they are vary with the first and the opposite situation occurs there. So it is in inverse proportion. First one increases, then second one decreases. First one decreases, then second one increases. Then we can say that two quantities are in inverse proportion. Today we can check what is direct proportion and what are the conditions for a direct proportion. Their values will be x1, x2, x3, etc. and y1, y2, y3, etc. So here we can watch the class. Okay. So we discussed the situations for direct proportion. First case, more the money deposited, more is the interest earned. One is increased and the second one is also increased. So there is a direct proportion. Suppose x is the money deposited and y is the interest. Here y increases as the value of x increases. So here it is direct proportion. Another situation, if the number of articles purchased increases, the cost also increases. If we purchase more articles, the cost will also be increases. Okay, this is a situation for direct proportion. Second type of proportion is inverse proportion. So we can check the situations. First one, as the speed of the vehicle increases, the time taken to cover same distance decreases. When speed increases, the time will decreases. So here one is increasing, second one is decreasing. So it is an inverse variant. Okay. Another situation for inverse variation is more the number of employees, less will be the time taken to complete the work. If the number of employees more, the time will be less. Okay. Children, today we introduced two words, direct proportion and inverse proportion. Today's topic is direct proportion or direct variation. Here we found some instances in which we go through if one quantity varies, the other quantity also varies. It may be increase or decrease. So first case is direct proportion. We can check what is direct proportion. Children, if the value of x increases, x means any real situation, that means cost of petrol or the money deposited in a bank, number of workers in a firm. So any item may be the value of x. So if the value of x increases, value of y also increases. Then what will happen? The ratio of x by y does not change. That you know very well. If one quantity is increases and the second one also increases, the ratio remains constant. So here one quantity x and the second quantity y, the first quantity x increases, automatically the second quantity also increases. Then their ratio remains constant. If it is decreases also, first quantity decreases, the second quantity also decreases, then also the ratio will remain constant, x by y, or x is to y. In class you have learned this x by y as x is to y. You remember that? So here x by y does not change means it will be a constant. If a quantity is not changing, we can refer it as a constant. So here we can write x by y is equal to k. A constant. I cross multiply. If we cross multiply, we can write x equal to ky. X equal to k into y. So this is the condition for direct proportion. X by y is equal to k means if one quantity increases, the other quantity is also increases. Related quantities means first variation we are discussing here now, direct variation or direct proportion. Direct proportion. What do you mean by direct proportion? If the value of first quantity increases, value of second quantity also increases. If the value of first quantity decreases, the value of the second quantity also decreases. That is direct proportion. Understood? Therefore, when x and y are in direct proportion, we can write x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Here, y1, y2 are corresponding values of x1, x2. If we put x1, the money deposited in the first year, then y1, the money earned as the interest in the first year. So x1, y1. Next, if we put the money deposited for 2 years, the ratio x1 by y1 will be equal to x2 by y2 and it will be a constant. Okay, this is the condition for direct proportion. Using this we can do problems. Understood? What is the condition? x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Or if we cross multiply, we can say x1 y2 is equal to x2 y1. x1 y2 equal to x2 y1. This is the condition for direct proportion. Children, before concluding this topic, let me remind you once again this topic, direct proportion. That means the value of first increases, then the value of second also increases, then it will be in direct proportion, and the condition for direct proportion is x by y is equal to k, a constant, or x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. So learn this topic well, practice the problems well. Thank you.